Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to give everybody a couple of minutes to start joining. Good morning to all of you, those who are joining. Happy Wednesday. Chloe, hello, Will, all of you guys coming in. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to get settled. All you're going to need today to practice 30 minutes of power is 2 blocks. Potentially books if you don't have blocks at home, 2 books will do, and a strap if you don't have a strap at home, maybe a dressing gown tie, something that you can utilize just to bind. So any kind of strap will do a great job. We only have 30 minutes, so we're going to get stuck right in. Just be super mindful if you're working with any kind of injuries, because I can't be there with you as I would be in the studio just to support you through those things. So just be really mindful, and we are going to get moving. So come on over, we're going to start in downward facing dog. And take a couple of moments just to wiggle around in that down dog. So you might just need a moment to wake up the body. The hamstrings might be feeling a little tight. The shoulders might be stiff. It's still really early in the day. So just allow your body a couple of moments to wake up. Maybe twisting from side to side, maybe padding the feet gently into the mat. But wherever you are, make sure you're starting to activate through the arms. So really spreading the fingers and pressing the ground away so that your belly starts to press back to your thighs. And then when you feel like you've woken up a little bit, you can start to come to stillness in that down dog. The feet will be hip width apart. If the heels do not reach the mat, take an active bend in your knees. So when I mean active, I'm saying pulling up through the thighs and sending the tailbone very high to the sky. Draw the navel in and close the ribs. And then start to internally face the biceps toward one another as you externally wrap the shoulders. Grow long in the neck. Take a full breath into your nose. Open the mouth and let that breath go. 2 more like that, guys. Breathing in. Nice full exhale to let it go. 1 more, even more active through the body. And let it go. And then start to shut the lips now, close down the lips, and reconnect your Ujjayi breath practice. So oceanic breathing from the back of the throat. The exhale will stay in the nose. 2 more here, breath in. Breath stays out in the nose. Full inhale. And breathe out. Bend the knees now and look forward without craning the back of your neck. Take as many steps as you can with your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. When you get there, just take a bend in the knees, allow the head and the neck to be heavy. You may choose to find opposite elbows as you sway the body forward over the legs. And then release the hands and start to unroll through the spine. And take it slowly so that you can actually allow each of the vertebrae, one on top of the other, to begin stacking all the way up. When you get to the top, give the shoulders a nice big shrug, up, back and down. Maybe sway the head side to side once more. You can get right into that length between your earlobe and the shoulder blade. And then inhale the hands all the way up to the sky, stacking the ribs once more and keeping your tailbone tucked. So try not to allow the bum to stick out. We want to tuck the tailbone long and close the ribs. Exhaling, hands to heart, close the eyes. And if you would like to invite an intention into our practice together this morning, now is your time to do that. We seal any intention that you have set with a full breath in. Easy breath out. Let's take half Surya Namaskar A this morning to start, guys. Half Surya A. Inhaling the hands long overhead to the sky, keeping that tailbone tucked. Exhale, we swan dive to the earth, forward fold Uttanasana. Flat back on your inhale, halfway lift. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. We sweep the hands back to the sky on the inhale. And exhale, Samastiti, hands to heart. We recenter. Full Surya A now. We inhale the hands high. Exhaling to forward fold over the legs, belly down to thighs. You take as much of a bend in those knees as you need to get the belly to the thighs. No force in the legs. Half lift on the breath in. Exhale, this time we step to plank. And you always have a choice whenever I say vinyasa. Option 1 is for you to modify the knees to the mat. Nice long line in your spine as you lower belly to earth, keeping elbows squeezed into the ribs. Option 2 is for you to stay tucked in that plank. We inhale forward over the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows to ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog now. We will all meet back, Adho Mukha downward dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. We inhale 1. And long breath out through the nose. Inhaling 2, spinning those inner thighs to the back wall. And exhale. And grow longer through your spine as you breathe for 3. And exhale. Bend the knees at the bottom of your exhale. Look forward, step or float the feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, you're there, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the hands long overhead. Breathing in. And exhale, Samastiti, hands to heart. Surya B now, we inhale Utkatasana, chair pose. And start to sink your seat deep down into the backs of your heels. Really feel that solid base that you're creating. Think of your feet here as one solid base into the mat. So 4 corners, both little toes, both little heels. Full breath in. On the exhale, start to rock forward into the toes. Lift the heels as high as they will go. We're straight into that power this morning, building the heat in the body. I want you to visualize those knees as magnets right at the center, so they're gluing together to support that base. Grow longer through the arms on the breath in. And as you exhale, 5 counts to slowly sink to the heels. We're here, 5, 4, 3, breathing the whole way, 2, and for 1. You might find your knees creaking there a little as you say good morning to the legs. Hands will meet your mat, knees then find your triceps as you have the option to come into your first elevation, this inversion of Bakasana, crow pose. If you're slightly newer to crow pose, I'm going to invite you to use your blocks here, which is going to help you get your hips a little higher from the earth and therefore make it easier for you to lift your feet away from the ground. So find those blocks, place them about midway down your mat, come to step onto your blocks and then spread the fingers wide, about a foot in front of your blocks. Hips then lift, knees find the triceps, and we start to rock forward into the arms. And maybe you just alternate the feet, maybe both feet can lift. Once you're here, guys, of course, if you are inverting, you have the option to take your headstand. If that's not for you, stay with that Bakasana, give it a go. If all you do today is toe tap and draw one heel to your sit bone, you have done a wonderful job. So don't worry where you are in your practice. Whenever you are ready, guys, we're going to take that vinyasa back to down dog, so you can step or float back to plank and then flow through your vinyasa. Remember, you can modify with the knees down. We will all meet back in a downward dog for 3 breaths. We breathe in. Long breath out. Slow the breath. And breathe it out. Full breath, 3. And let it go. Inhale, the right leg will step forward. High crescent lunge. Lifting those hands long overhead to the sky. I want you to take a wide stance with your legs. Nice wide stance. Feeling a little wobbly this morning in my own set of legs. If you need a soft bend, guys, in the back knee, just so that you're not compressing into your lower back, that's a nice variation for you to take in the left leg. Navel is pulling to spine. Think about drawing left hip forward and spinning the right one back, so you're stabilizing the pelvis, bringing it neutral. Take a full breath in. On the exhale, we open out, warrior two. Spin the back heel to the earth and really feel the outer edge of the left foot grounding. Breathe. Checking over that front knee and just making sure that the knee is directly over the ankle and rolling out to the right rather than collapsing in to the left. 2 more breaths here. Then as you next breathe in, we inhale the hands long overhead to the sky, lift up the right toes, square them to the left, and exhale, sink deep into your goddess squat. And shuffle so I'm a little more center. Deep into that goddess squat. The toes will be slightly facing out to the sides, so you're encouraging that external rotation from your thighs into the femur bone right from the socket. Now sink deep and visualize your tailbone tucking you down and forward, so you're lengthening through lower back. We're here for 3 breaths. See if you can be still in the pose. Cool, nice guys. At the bottom of your 3rd exhale, we take that lunge deeper into left leg as we take Skandasana now, all the way down, deep bend in that left knee. Don't worry if the heel is lifted from your mat. Making sure that you are externally rotating from your right femur bone again in this space, so the toes on that right foot are driving to the wall behind you. Lift the chest as you inhale. On the exhale, slow transition all the way across to your right leg, left foot then externally rotates. Breathing in. Exhale to transfer. Breathing in. Exhale, we transfer. Now come around to frame the front foot. The hands stay at your heart center. We're now in this arrowhead position with the belly just inches from the top of the right thigh. Really draw your navel into the spine. You're looking to find the flattest back body that you can. So keep a tuck of your chin to your chest as you elongate the back of the neck. As you breathe in, pull your heart further forward over the toes. On the exhale, we take a twist. Left elbow hooks outside of the right knee. Spinning your belly into the right thigh. If this is too much, you can always soften your back knee down to the mat. Really using the hands as leverage to twist the chest up and open. Continuing to press through the back heel and elevate the back of the left knee. Be still in the pose. We have 3 breaths here, guys. And then at the very bottom of that 3rd exhale, look down toward the front toes. Left hand will come inside of the right foot. Right hand will elevate to the sky. You might want to shuffle right foot a little further over to the right side of your mat, just so you've got a little bit more space in that right hip crease. Take 1 full breath in, and as you exhale, gently soften the back knee to the mat. Begin to squeeze the foot all the way to the heel. If you can find the bind with the hands, then you can take that variation. Otherwise, this is the perfect place for your strap or your dressing gown tie. You're going to loop that strap around the bottom of the foot and start to draw the strap towards you. Breathe. Continuing to spin the belly into the thigh. And if you have the space, you may of course choose to soften onto the forearm, guys. Wherever you need to be this morning to serve the body. Full breath in together. Loud sigh through the mouth. Very kindly replace the left foot to the mat and bring both hands now inside of the right foot. Preparing for your lizard pose, you always have a couple of options here in lizard depending on how open or how funky those hips are feeling this early in the morning. Option 1 is for you to stay exactly where we are and just shuffle that right foot further off to the edge of the right side of your mat. You may even like just to play with the pressure of the right hand on the inside of the right knee as you draw the knee away from the body. Option 2, you may choose to lift the back knee and rock yourself forward and backwards into the hips. That might also help you to understand how much space there is to move into today. Or option 3, the back knee is down. You may use your blocks to bring your forearms to your mat. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths to really allow that hip space to release. So see if you can set yourself up somewhere and then be still and to breathe. Allow the jaw to be softer than it is. Muscles of the face to stop unintentionally hanging on to tightness. You may even choose to flutter the lips, which will encourage that release of your cheekbones. One final breath here. Easy breath out. Very gradually bringing yourself back upright, just being mindful of whatever is going on in the hips. So that might mean you have to move a lot slower just to compensate. Tucking your back toes, we lift the back knee. And then from here, guys, we're going to step into our wild thing by softening the blade of your left foot, so outer edge of left foot onto the mat. And then without using the right foot or the right hand, we're transitioning the right foot all the way up and behind the body, so you can step into that wild thing. Lift your heart to the sky. 3 breaths here to elevate. And then gradually stepping it back to your plank. Slow it down, be controlled with your movements. Vinyasa here. And we will all meet back in a downward facing dog. 3 breaths here in downward dog. Slowly inhale and breathe out. Inhale 2. Long breath out. Even bigger breath for 3. And breathe it out. Deep bend of the knees now. Try not to crane the neck as you look forward. You step or float, feet to hands, flat back on the inhale. Forward fold as you breathe out. Hands sweeping high, Urdhva Hastasana, breathe it in. And exhale, hands to your heart, Samastiti. Just take a moment with the eyes closed. Notice what's happening for you here. Notice how the body is responding to all of that physical movement. How is the mind responding? If the breath is feeling a little wild and free, start to bring it back to that 4-count Ujjayi breath pattern. And then we prepare for our second side, guys. Full breath in, big breath out. We inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink the heels deep, lengthen the chest as you tuck the tailbone, and therefore lengthen the spine. Full breath in together. As you exhale, rock into the toes. The heels are lifting as high as they will go. Find that magnet at the knees. Internal wrapping of the thighs. We sink our seat for 5, 4, 3. Breathing the entire time for 2 and for 1. The hands will find your mat for your Bakasana, crane or crow pose. And if you know that your crow pose isn't really happening for you today, if it's a little early, you have the choices to also take your Malasana Yogi squat, or alternatively just come to your child's pose. Whatever you need, whatever serves the body today. And if you're in your Bakasana, perhaps you're taking it to headstand. Wherever you are, hips extending to the sky as your heart pulls forward in that crow. Now wherever you are, if you want to take it through your vinyasa, you can start to step or float back. Otherwise we will all meet back together in downward facing dog. When you meet that downward dog, we inhale the left foot forward, high crescent lunge, stacking those ribs, one on top of the other. Maybe an active bend in your back knee if you find you're slightly curvier in your lower back, just to protect the spine. Sink deeper into those legs. We've just got 3 breaths here. Shoulders sliding down the back. And breathing out. Next breath in, we lift the hands higher. Exhale, we open out warrior 2. Spin the back heel into the earth. Again, just checking that front knee, making sure the knee is directly over the ankle. No lazy knee joints. See if you can stack the spine and grow a little taller through the crown of the head. 3 breaths. Nice, guys. As you next inhale, the hands sweep long overhead to the sky, lift the left toes, pigeon toe them forward, and then sink deep into that goddess squat. And take myself back to the middle of your screen. Now I want you to visualize in this goddess that you've got laser beams that are shining forward from your hip bones. Here it's really easy to allow the sit bones to start to sink out. I want you to do the opposite of what we would be doing kind of if we were pulling some weights, and really tuck underneath at the pelvis, you're growing long, and then lift up through the spine. 3 breaths and we're there. Sink even deeper into your legs. Really feel the origin of the sensation arriving through the legs. Nice, guys. We full breath in together. And then on the exhale, taking Skandasana into the right leg. The left toes will angle toward the wall behind you. Lift the chest. We are not with a flat spine here. We are up, lifted long through the torso. Breath in. Exhale, we transfer all the way across. Keeping the seat low, we breathe in. Exhale to transfer. 1 more full breath. Exhaling to transfer. This time we pivot on the back toes and arrive to that low lunge arrowhead position at the very top of your mat. Hands are pressing together at your chest. I want you to use those hands, press them so firmly together that you actually observe an engagement of your chest, the sternum. Full breath in as you pull the heart forward over the toes, and then exhale to take your twist. Right elbow, left knee. Using the leverage of the knee and the elbow to twist the belly into the thigh. Seeing if you can increase your breath into anything you're feeling in the body. 1 more breath here, guys. On the exhale, look to the toes. Place the right foot back inside of the left foot and send the left hand to the sky. And as you did on the other side, you might need to slightly shuffle left foot over to the left just to release any compression that you're feeling in the left hip. We take that full breath in, And then exhale, soften the back knee to the earth. Begin to squeeze the heel toward the sit bone. Maybe you find the foot, or maybe it's time to work with your strap again on the opposite side. Whatever you need. Any alterations or variations you may have taken on the other side start to settle in. Noticing if the breath has become shallow, start to lengthen and smooth it back out. Final breaths here. And then very gently, just replacing the right foot to your mat. Both hands now will be inside of your left foot. And as you took these options on the other side, guys, you can stay where we are, tuck the back toes, and rock into your space. Maybe you choose to be completely restorative and just allow everything to get soft and heavy. And when I say soft, there is still active energy working through the muscles, but we are soft in the way that we approach the pose. So less force, less pressure. Be kinder in all of the other muscles that are supporting the pose. 5 breaths here. See if you can encourage a sense of release with every breath out. One more breath in, guys. Easy breath out. Slowly walking the hands back to where we started. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then prepare here to take that wild thing, just as we did on the opposite side. So rolling to the blade of the right foot, we send left hand to the sky, and without placing left foot to the mat, send it up and over, long behind you, so you can lift the hips high. Start to find that height, breathe. 3 breaths and we are there. Gradually stepping it back to your plank, be in control of that vinyasa. It's the last one we're going to take today. Choose how you need to move to work your way through it. And we meet back in downward facing dog. Let's find 3 breaths together. Slow these down, inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. See if you can grow even longer in your spine for that last breath. And exhale. On your next inhale, guys, as slowly as you can, start to unroll your spine all the way forward through to your high plank position. High plank position. Heels are pressing back so that you feel the backs of your knees activate. Tuck your tailbone and pull the heart forward. Over the count of 5, we are going to lower ourselves down onto our bellies. Remember, you can modify the knees at any time. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Amazing job out there, guys. Roll onto your back. Give the knees a gentle pull towards your chest. Giving yourself a hug, thanking the body for working so hard for you. As you feel the tailbone and the lower back rooting with the mat. And then when you're ready, you can start to re-extend the legs all the way wide to the bottoms of your mat. The hands will come wide alongside you and then close the eyes. Your breath may still be catching up with you, in which case just allow it to do so. And then start to lengthen your breath, so perhaps moving toward a 6-count breath pattern now. Encouraging this sense of sympathetic nervous system to soften and as move more toward into our parasympathetic, guys, which is our place of restore, rest, swallowing any excess saliva you have in the mouth, and then relaxing the muscles of the throat, the jaw and the tongue, cheekbones, third eye center between the eyebrows, and the forehead. Allowing the muscles to begin melting away from the bones. Shavasana. If you have longer to stay here this morning, please do make the most of this upmost release in your Shavasana for as long as you can. For those of you who need to close the practice and would like to do so with me, just gently draw your knees back into the chest. And however you would like to get there, you're going to make your way back to a seat at the top of the mat, cross-legged, bringing the hands to meet at the heart and sitting with the eyes closed. Inviting any intention that you may have brought into the practice this morning back to the forefront of your mind. And then floating the thumbs to the third eye center as you honor the practice and have gratitude for your incredible physical body and for all it has achieved on your mat today. We take a full breath into the nose. Open mouth, sigh, let it go. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for tuning in this morning. Nice early 30 minutes of power to get you ready for the day ahead. My name is Lucy and I am also available on Dig Me On Demand at 7:15 a.m. on a Thursday. So if you guys would like to experience a full hour of power, you can catch me then. I hope to see you. Have a wonderful day ahead. The sun is trying to shine, so I hope you guys can get out and enjoy it. And I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much. Jai, namaste.